That's it from down here. Go the power. We'll have all the fallout tomorrow, Brenton.
Terrific. Thanks so much, Rennie. Have a great night. We'll take a look at finance now. And Aussie shares fell for a third straight session today, with the appetite to take a risk still faltering. Stephanie Anderson explains.
The sell-off on the Australian market continued today, the ASX 200 dropping another 0.5% as inflation concerns weighed on investors. Miners and energy stocks led the falls, BHP walking away from its $74 billion bid to take over Anglo American. Fortescue Metals also finished in the red, along with Santos and Origin. Woolworths lost ground while Coles closed higher. Telstra ended the day flat. And the Aussie dollar delivered mixed results against the majors. It's buying around 65 US cents and 51 British pence.
Thank you so much, Steph. Well, some much-needed rain has finally arrived and there's more to come.
Jessica has the forecast live next. First, though, here's a look at tomorrow's speed cameras.
Wake up and laugh with Adelaide's #1 breakfast show.
Rudits and Lows tomorrow on 104.7 Triple M.
For the latest Adelaide news and traffic.
Hello. Well, talk about an incredible way to wrap up a day here on the Mid-Murray. The clouds have cleared after all of that beautiful, refreshing rain today. Now we have clear skies, the stars are out, the campfire's going, and it's just an absolutely wonderful way to finish a day travelling through the Mid-Murray. Of course, the rains have been around and they've been lovely as well. Back in the city, we had around 10 millimetres in the gauge at West Terrace. The temperature was a really weird one. We had our top of 19 degrees really early in the morning, and then a couple of hours later, once the rains arrived, the temperature had dropped to 14 degrees, so that was our low. Around the suburbs, a lot of areas on the plains did land in that kind of 5 to 10 millimetre mark in terms of those rain totals, and then we had more than that through the hills, at a good 15 to 25 millimetres for many hills areas. And those temperatures, both the maximum and the minimum happening really early in the morning. So through the north, the big winners were around the middle of the Eyre Peninsula, with 10 millimetres, and the same over at Lee Creek. And then in the south, there's been 10 millimetres on Kangaroo Island and also at Mount Gambier. There were some strong wind gusts in there too, especially at Cape Willoughby and Kaipo. On the charts, we can see the front that brought this first round of rain moving off towards the eastern states. Excuse me. And now we have a whole bunch of severe weather warnings in place throughout Victoria, New South Wales and Tassie. The concern is for both damaging winds and also heavy rainfall, particularly in regional areas. Back to South Australia, we have another round of rain on the way. It won't stretch quite as far north for many areas, but there is another 10 millimetres or so up for grabs. The south is looking pretty wet down from Kingscote to Mount Gambier, but it could start to peter out a little bit, only around 3 millimetres there. We have gale force wind warnings for central and southern coastlines. And then on metro waters, we're looking at winds to around 30 knots south of Port Noarlunga. Temperature-wise, just 14 degrees at Mount Barker, 16 at Noarlunga, 17 degrees in the city with more showers in store. It will be a wet day, but then we are drying out for the weekend with tops of 17 degrees on Saturday and Sunday, and we'll be welcoming Chelsea Carey to our road trip from tomorrow.
So well done, Jessica. Thanks so much for that forecast, and stay warm too. That's the latest from the 9 News team for this Thursday. Thanks for joining us.
A current affair is up next, and we'll bring you further news updates later this evening. Have a great night.
Good night.